Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, the 1969 Australian 20-cent coin holds a fascinating place in the history of modern Australian currency, not just because of its age, but because it represents one of the early milestones in the nation's transition to decimal currency. Introduced only 3 years after Australia moved from pounds and shillings to dollars and cents in 1966, this coin carries with it the spirit of a country stepping confidently into a new economic era. Even in very dirty or worn condition, it can be a treasure, not for its appearance, but for the story it tells. Of a time when new minting techniques were being tested, international partnerships were formed to meet production demands, and designs like the iconic platypus were immortalized in metal. For collectors today, finding a 1969 20-cent coin that still survives is more than stumbling upon old change. It's discovering a slice of national history. One of the lesser-known aspects of this coin is the mixture of metals used in its composition. Though many people assume it is pure nickel or steel, these 20-cent pieces were made with a copper-nickel alloy, containing a significant amount of copper that gives them their durability and subtle warm tone beneath the tarnish of age. Over decades, as coins pass through thousands of hands or remain forgotten in drawers, their surfaces gathered grime, oxidation, and scratches. A very dirty coin from 1969 may not look like much at first glance, but beneath that layer lies a valuable metal surface preserved by copper's resistance to corrosion. When cleaned professionally and examined by experts, its historical and material integrity becomes clear, making it a prized collectible even if it shows the marks of circulation. What makes the 1969 20-cent stand out among collectors is its scarcity and high grades. Most were widely circulated and treated as everyday currency, leaving very few examples in very fine or extremely fine condition. Dirty or heavily circulated pieces are still collected for their age and history, but those found with sharp edges, clear portrait details of Queen Elizabeth II, and minimal wear can reach astonishing values. Some rare varieties or well-preserved specimens can sell anywhere between $1,000 to $9,000 or even more, depending on rarity, mint origin, and overall eye appeal. Market demand has surged in recent years, especially as collectors begin to realize how few high-grade pieces survived without damage or cleaning attempts. This surge in value is not fueled by hype alone. There is real investment potential behind these coins. As the numismatic market grows and younger collectors show interest in early decimal currency, the 1969 20-cent coin has emerged as both a historical artifact and a long-term asset. A coin bought today for $2,000 could realistically appreciate in value over the next decade as supply continues to shrink and demand increases internationally. Coins with authenticated origins from mints like London or Canberra, or those with minor minting errors, hold even greater potential. Investors who understand the importance of rarity, condition, and documentation see these coins as safer long-term holdings than fleeting modern collectibles. For collectors seeking to acquire this coin, condition should always be the first priority. A coin in dirty condition should never be cleaned at home, as improper cleaning can permanently scratch the surface and destroy thousands of dollars in potential value. Instead, collectors should submit coins to reputable grading companies that can examine the coin professionally, assign it a standardized grade like VF, very fine, or AU, almost uncirculated, and seal it in a secure certification holder. Certification not only protects the coin but also guarantees authenticity, an important factor in a market where counterfeits and altered pieces can occasionally appear. Grading adds trust, and trust adds value. Joining coin communities, forums, and collector groups is another important step for anyone interested in owning or selling a 1969 Australian 20 cent. These communities provide guidance on spotting fake coins, understanding subtle details like rim sharpening and strike quality, and following current market trends. Collectors also learn how to compare mint marks, research auction results, and connect with dealers who specialize in rare Australian decimal issues. Whether attending coin shows or participating in online forums, these networks help collectors avoid scams, learn from experienced numismatists, and discover hidden opportunities in the market. Beyond investment and rarity, this coin symbolizes Australia's cultural identity. The 20-cent piece featuring the platypus, an animal unique to Australia, represents national pride and creativity in design. Even a dirty or worn coin carries the essence of the time it was minted, reflecting the craftsmanship of the Royal Australian Mint and the evolution of Australia's monarchy through Queen Elizabeth II's portrait. International collectors value this coin not only for its material worth, but also for its cultural symbolism and connection to Australia's transformation in the 20th century. It stands as a reminder of continuity, heritage, and innovation. In the long term, the 1969 Australian 20-cent coin is more than money. It is history made tangible. As global interest in numismatics expands, especially for coins from nations with rich stories like Australia, its appeal continues to grow. This coin bridges generations, from those who first held it in the 1960s to collectors of today investing in its future worth. Its value does not come solely from copper or rarity, but from the narrative it carries, of identity, resilience, and time. Whether preserved in a collector's case or found in a relative's forgotten box, this coin's beauty lies not in its shine, but in its journey and the legacy it continues to build around the world. As the decades pass, the 1969 Australian 20-cent coin continues to gain recognition not just within Australia, but across international numismatic circles. Collectors from Europe, the United States, and Asia are increasingly drawn to it because it represents a unique blend of Commonwealth heritage and natural symbolism. Unlike many modern coins that are mass-produced in the millions and kept in pristine condition, this coin's appeal lies in its survival through real everyday use. Whether it is dirty, tarnished, or slightly worn, each mark on its surface is a testament to its genuine place in history. This authenticity resonates with collectors who value coins that have lived through time rather than being preserved in untouched vaults. In auctions and private sales, international buyers often seek out certified examples of this coin, recognizing its scarcity and appreciating its role in the evolution of Australian currency. Looking ahead, the long-term value appreciation of the 1969 20-cent coin appears promising. As the number of well-preserved or professionally graded coins decreases with each passing year, their rarity steadily increases. Meanwhile, rising interest in early decimal coinage and the enduring fascination with Queen Elizabeth II-era currency ensure this coin will always have a place in serious collections. Unlike trends that fade, historical coins gain value as they age, and this particular piece, whether in clean or dirty condition, encapsulates a rich legacy that cannot be replicated. Its cultural symbolism, international appeal, and solid investment potential make it a timeless asset. For anyone who owns one, this coin should be seen not just as old change, but as a powerful reminder of history, heritage, and future opportunity waiting to be discovered. Second, the 1975 Australian 20-cent coin may seem like nothing more than a worn-out piece of metal when found in dirty condition, but beneath its tarnished surface lies a fascinating chapter of Australian monetary history. This coin belongs to the early generation of decimal currency, following Australia's transition from pounds, shillings, and pence to dollars and cents in 1966. Just 9 years into this new economic era, the 20-cent coin had already become a symbol of national identity, marked by the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and the iconic platypus on the other. Though millions were minted, time has claimed most of them through circulation, loss, corrosion, or damage. Today, discovering a 1975 20-cent coin, even in very dirty and aged condition, is like holding a relic from Australia's transformation into a modern, globally connected economy. Collectors and history enthusiasts prize it not just for its monetary value, but for the era it represents. One of the remarkable aspects of the 1975 20-cent coin is its copper-nickel composition, which gives it a distinct resilience over decades. While the surface may be darkened by dirt, oil, fingerprints, and natural oxidation, the alloy beneath, containing copper, helps preserve the fine details of the coin beneath the grime. This is why an old, dirty coin can still reveal clear rim edges, lettering, or the curve of the platypus once examined under proper lighting or cleaned professionally. However, despite its durability, very few coins from 1975 have survived in well-preserved condition because they were used daily in transactions. The few that remain in very fine or extremely fine state are incredibly rare and often command high prices at auctions or private sales. For collectors, the thrill lies in uncovering one that still bears strong facial details of the Queen, with minimal surface scratches and sharp relief on its reverse side. The rarity of high-grade 1975 20-cent coins is what propels their extraordinary value in the market. While dirty, circulated versions might be considered ordinary at first glance, once authenticated and graded, their value can leap dramatically. Well-preserved examples can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $9,000 or even more, depending on minting variations, clarity of design, and demand at the time of sale. The most prized coins often exhibit strong luster, clear lettering on Elizabeth II in Australia, and an undamaged platypus design. Since very few people kept these coins untouched in the 1970s, their availability has sharply declined, making them a prime focus for collectors who specialize in early decimal-era currency. Every year, more collectors join the pursuit, which drives up competition and value. Beyond rarity and appearance, the 1975 20-cent coin has evolved into a serious investment opportunity within the numismatic world. Enthusiasts are increasingly viewing these coins not just as collectibles, but as historical assets with real financial growth potential. As time passes, the number of verified high-grade coins will continue to decrease, while global interest in Australian currency rises, especially among investors in Europe, the United States, and Asia. This combination of declining supply and rising demand contributes to year-on-year appreciation in value. For someone who acquires a graded 1975 specimen today, it could easily appreciate in the coming decades, making it a meaningful long-term investment rather than a fleeting trend. Coins that are properly stored, documented, and insured gain even more credibility in private and auction markets. However, securing such a valuable coin requires knowledge and discipline. Condition is everything, and those who find dirty 1975 coins in old storage boxes or inherited collections should avoid cleaning them on their own at all costs. Amateur cleaning can strip away original mint luster, leave scratches, or create chemical damage that destroys thousands of dollars in potential value. Instead, collectors should turn to certified grading bodies such as PCGS or NGC, which professionally examine, grade, and encase coins to preserve their integrity. These certifications not only confirm authenticity but significantly boost market value, giving buyers confidence in what they are purchasing. Understanding grading standards, such as fine, very fine, extremely fine, and uncirculated, is crucial in determining whether a coin is a valuable rarity or a simple circulation piece. Just as important is becoming part of a knowledgeable numismatic community. Collectors who engage with others through coin forums, local clubs, auctions, or online groups learn how to spot genuine pieces, detect counterfeits, identify rare varieties, and follow evolving market trends. These communities often share details about subtle minting differences, such as strike sharpness, die cracks, or minor errors that can turn an ordinary coin into a numismatic treasure. By staying informed and connected, collectors avoid costly mistakes and gain access to exclusive sales, trade offers, and valuation insights. Networking with experienced numismatists also helps newcomers understand the historical context behind each coin, transforming their experience from mere ownership to true passion and knowledge. Beyond its physical value, the 1975 Australian 20-cent coin carries deep cultural symbolism. The image of the platypus, one of the world's most unique animals, symbolizes Australia's distinctive identity and natural beauty. The presence of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side links the coin to the broader history of the British Commonwealth and the monarchy's influence on Australian governance and tradition. Even in dirty or worn condition, this coin reflects the everyday lives of Australians during the mid-1970s, an era of social change, economic development, and expanding national pride. Collectors from around the world appreciate the coin not only as currency, but as a miniature piece of national storytelling, rich in symbolism and heritage. Looking ahead, the legacy of the 1975 20-cent coin shows no signs of fading. Its international appeal grows stronger every year, as collectors from various countries seek to own a tangible piece of Australia's early decimal currency era. Coins with historical authenticity, certification, and preserved condition are increasingly viewed as timeless assets. Their value appreciates not merely because of metal content, but because of their story, scarcity, and emotional connection to the past. As time continues to wear away the remaining pieces in circulation, the ones that survive in collectible form will only grow more desirable. Whether found in a forgotten drawer or showcased in a collector's display, this coin stands as a reminder that true value often lies not in shine or perfection, but in history, rarity, and the journey across generations. As years go by, more people across the globe are recognizing the importance of preserving coins like the 1975 Australian 20-cent piece, even if they are found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition. The simplicity of its appearance hides a wealth of cultural, economic, and historical depth that appeals to collectors, historians, and investors alike. In international auctions and private sales, this coin is now being compared to other early decimal currencies from countries like New Zealand, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Its appeal lies in the honesty of its wear. Every scratch, fingerprint, and tarnish marks a journey through time. International numismatists value it for its place in the Commonwealth legacy, its representation of 20th-century monetary reform, and the unmistakable Australian identity portrayed through the platypus design. As global awareness increases, so too does demand, making this coin not just a national treasure, but a global curiosity and collectible. In the long run, the 1975 Australian 20-cent coin will likely become even more difficult to obtain in high-grade or certified condition, which naturally pushes its value higher with time. Collectors who invest now and protect their coins carefully stand to benefit financially and historically in the future. Its copper-nickel composition ensures it can withstand decades, even centuries, while its emotional and cultural significance cements its place in numismatic history. Whether displayed in exhibitions, kept in personal vaults, or passed down through generations, this coin has the power to tell stories long after paper money fades and digital currency evolves. Its legacy is a reminder of how even a small piece of metal can reflect national pride, international respect, and the enduring human desire to preserve history. Third, the 1977 Australian 20-cent coin may seem like nothing more than an ordinary piece of aged metal, especially when found in dirty or heavily tarnished condition, but it holds a deeper story that connects it to a turning point in Australia's monetary history. Just over a decade after the introduction of decimal currency in 1966, this coin stood as a symbol of a nation embracing modern economic systems while still reflecting its identity. Featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the uniquely Australian platypus, the 1977 20-cent coin carries historical significance not only because of its early placement in the decimal timeline, but also because it represents a generation of currency that was used by millions daily. Many of these coins were lost, damaged, or worn beyond recognition over time, which makes surviving examples in collectible condition much more valuable today, even if they are initially discovered covered in dirt or grime. What makes the 1977 20-cent coin especially fascinating is its composition of copper and nickel, a mixture known for its durability and resistance to corrosion. Even when found in extremely dirty condition, the coin's core metal remains intact beneath layers of dust, oxidation, or grease collected over decades. This copper-nickel blend allows faint details of the Queen's portrait and the platypus design to survive, waiting to be revealed under proper lighting or expert cleaning techniques. However, what truly increases its desirability is how few of these coins remain in very fine or extremely fine condition. Most were used in everyday transactions and show heavy wear, making pristine or lightly circulated coins scarce and valuable. This scarcity is why collectors often pay extraordinary prices for well-preserved pieces. While many people overlook this coin at first glance, its market value tells a different story. A regular circulated or dirty 1977 20-cent coin might only be considered sentimental by casual owners, but for professional collectors and investors, pieces that retain sharp edges, detailed inscriptions, and minimal signs of wear can reach values ranging from $1,000 to $9,000 or even more at auctions. Coins with minting errors, superior strikes, or those issued in limited mint runs hold even greater value. As more people become aware of these rarities, competition among collectors increases, driving up demand and elevating prices. What was once spare change in a pocket is now a highly desirable collectible with real financial and historical worth. With rising interest from collectors around the globe, the 1977 Australian 20-cent coin has become an attractive option for long-term investment. Collectors and investors alike recognize that, as time passes, the number of high-quality or uncirculated specimens will continue to decline, while demand steadily increases. Early decimal coins, especially those connected to Queen Elizabeth II's reign, are gaining worldwide recognition for their cultural and historical value. Investors who secure professionally graded coins today may see significant appreciation in the coming decades. These coins, when protected and preserved, can act as tangible assets, much like fine art or antique gold, offering stability, rarity, and historical resonance. However, owning such a valuable coin requires knowledge and caution. One of the biggest mistakes made by beginners is attempting to clean dirty coins at home using chemicals, abrasives, or polishing tools. This can strip away original mint luster, create microscopic scratches, and reduce the coin's value dramatically. Instead, collectors should consult professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC, which evaluate the coin's authenticity, assign a grade based on condition, and securely encapsulate it in protective holders. Understanding grading standards, from fine F and very fine VF to almost uncirculated AU and mint state MS, is essential for assessing a coin's market potential and negotiating fair prices. Another essential step for anyone interested in this coin is joining numismatic communities. Whether through local collector clubs, online forums, social media groups, or national coin associations, these communities provide valuable insights, auction updates, and expert guidance. Collectors can learn how to identify genuine coins, detect counterfeits, recognize rare mint varieties, and study past sales trends. Being involved in these networks helps build knowledge while also making it easier to buy, sell, or trade coins safely. Experienced collectors often share stories of finding rare coins in family collections, estate sales, or old storage boxes, encouraging others to look more closely at the coins they come across rather than dismissing them because of dirt or age. Beyond its financial significance, the 1977 Australian 20-cent coin carries cultural symbolism that adds emotional and historical value. The platypus, one of Australia's most iconic animals, represents the nation's unique wildlife and environment, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II connects it to the broader history of the Commonwealth. Even in a worn or dirty state, the coin embodies Australia's identity, resilience, and evolution. It reminds people of a time when currency was not just digital numbers on a screen, but physical objects that passed through the hands of millions, carrying stories of daily life, trade, celebration, and hardship. Collectors around the world appreciate this deeper meaning, which makes the coin far more than metal. It becomes a storyteller of national pride and heritage. Looking ahead, the international appeal and long-term value appreciation of the 1977 20-cent coin seem assured. As new generations of collectors emerge and more people begin to recognize the significance of early decimal currency, the rarity and emotional value of these coins will continue to grow. Well-preserved, certified specimens will become harder to find, making each one more sought after with time. Whether owned as a personal treasure, investment piece, or symbol of cultural heritage, this coin proves that true value isn't determined by shine or perfection, but by the history, identity, and journey it represents. For those lucky enough to find one, even in the dirtiest condition, it holds the potential to become not just a collectible, but a legacy passed from one hand to the next. As interest in rare Australian decimal coins continues to grow, the 1977 20-cent coin is steadily gaining international recognition among numismatists and investors alike. Collectors from countries such as the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and parts of Asia are now actively seeking early Australian decimal-era coins, because they represent a fusion of British Commonwealth heritage and uniquely Australian identity. Even coins found in dirty, tarnished, or worn condition are gaining attention due to their historical authenticity. Each mark, scratch, or patina on the surface tells a story of hands it passed through, pockets it rested in, and moments in history it silently witnessed. This genuine wear adds a sense of time, journey, and meaning that perfectly minted coins often fail to convey. International buyers especially appreciate this emotional and cultural value, turning the 1977 20-cent piece into a globally admired collectible rather than just a national artifact. In the years to come, the value and legacy of this coin are expected to rise even further, especially as surviving high-grade examples become scarcer. The combination of copper-based durability, early decimal significance, and historical imagery ensures it will never lose relevance in numismatic circles. As digital payments dominate modern society, physical coins like this one are no longer just currency. They are art, history, and memory preserved in metal. Whether displayed in a private collection, passed down through family generations, or traded at international auctions, the 1977 Australian 20-cent coin holds the power to appreciate not only in monetary value, but also in emotional and cultural importance. It stands as a quiet but powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can carry the weight of national identity, human connection, and timeless legacy. Fourth, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin may appear ordinary at first glance, especially when found in a dirty, tarnished, or heavily circulated state, but it represents a piece of Australia's evolving monetary identity. Even though decimal currency was introduced in 1966, coins like the 20 cent from 1981 are still considered part of the early decimal era, carrying the legacy of one of the country's most significant financial transitions. The obverse displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, linking it to the Commonwealth's heritage, while the reverse features the platypus, a creature found nowhere else in the world, symbolizing Australia's distinct culture and environment. Millions of these coins pass through daily commerce, buying newspapers, groceries, and fuel, yet few survive in collectible condition today. A dirty or tarnished 1981 coin, even if visually unappealing, can hide immense value beneath its surface, especially if it maintains strong details and minimal wear. What makes this coin especially significant is its copper-nickel composition, a durable alloy that preserves fine design elements even after decades of use. While dirt, grime, and patina can mask its original shine, professional inspection often reveals well-retained inscriptions, edges, and relief designs. However, finding a 1980 120-cent coin in very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated condition is becoming extremely rare. Most were used heavily in public life, meaning their surfaces carry scratches, impact marks, and fading features. Only a small number were preserved by early collectors or stored away unintentionally. These surviving high-quality pieces are the ones that fetch extraordinary prices at auctions, especially when certified and encapsulated by reputable grading services. Despite its modest origins, the 1980 120-cent coin has drawn significant attention in the collectible market, with values ranging from $1,000 to $9,000 or more for rare examples, particularly those with minting errors, proof-like qualities, or superior condition. Coins that were struck at international mints like the Royal Canadian Mint or Lantrisson in the UK are especially prized due to slight variations in strike and finish. Even coins in dirty condition can be highly desirable if they show minimal wear and have never been improperly cleaned. Collectors and investors are beginning to appreciate that the true value of these coins lies not in their appearance alone, but in their rarity, historical placement, and authenticity. Growing interest among numismatists has also made this coin a solid investment opportunity. As more people recognize the importance of early decimal-era currency, the 1980 120-cent has become a sought-after collectible both in Australia and internationally. Over time, the number of intact high-grade examples continues to decline, while interest steadily increases, an ideal formula for long-term value appreciation. Investors who secure professionally graded specimens today could see significant returns in the future, especially as demand extends beyond national borders. With careful preservation and proper certification, this coin transitions from simple currency to a historical asset capable of appreciating in value for decades. Collectors who hope to own a valuable 1980 120-cent coin must understand that condition is everything. A common mistake is attempting to clean dirty coins by hand using chemicals or abrasive materials, which can permanently damage the surface and reduce value. Proper evaluation should be left to experts in grading institutions like PCGS or NGC, which assess authenticity, assign a grade based on global standards, and seal the coin in a protective holder. These certifications increase buyer confidence and market value, making it easier to buy, sell, or insure the coin. Understanding grading levels from fine F and very fine VF to almost uncirculated AU and mint state MS helps collectors make informed decisions and avoid overpaying for damaged pieces. Joining numismatic communities is equally important for collectors and investors. Whether through coin clubs, online forums, social media pages, or auction groups, engaging with other enthusiasts provides valuable insight into pricing trends, authentication methods, and historical variations. These communities share knowledge about mint marks, error coins, die varieties, and auction outcomes, helping both beginners and experienced collectors avoid counterfeit or altered coins. Networking also opens doors to private sales and early access to rare pieces before they appear in public markets. In the world of numismatics, information is power, and community is the gateway to that power. Beyond investment and rarity, the 1980 120-cent coin carries deep cultural symbolism. The platypus design highlights Australia's unique wildlife and respect for nature, while Queen Elizabeth II's portrait represents historical continuity and global connection through the Commonwealth. Even when worn or dirty, the coin reflects the everyday life of Australians in the early 1980s, times of social growth, economic change, and modernization. Collectors cherish the emotional weight of holding a coin that once passed through countless hands, each with its own story, making it more than metal. It becomes a symbol of national pride and memory. Looking ahead, the long-term appreciation of the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin appears promising as both collectors and investors continue to recognize its importance. Its international appeal, historical significance, early decimal status, and decreasing supply ensure that its value will only rise with time. As digital payments replace physical currency in everyday life, coins like this become historical artifacts, silent witnesses of a bygone era. Whether displayed in a collection, gifted as a family heirloom, or stored as an investment, this coin carries a legacy that transcends generations. It proves that even a dirty, forgotten piece of change can become a treasure when viewed through the eyes of history, culture, and numismatic appreciation. As global awareness of numismatics grows, collectors from around the world are increasingly drawn to coins like the 1981 Australian 20-cent, recognizing them as tangible artifacts of history rather than mere monetary tools. International collectors from Europe, America, and Asia admire these coins for their combination of Commonwealth heritage and distinct Australian identity. The coin's worn surfaces, tarnished edges, and dirty condition do not diminish its value. Instead, they emphasize its authenticity and the journey it has been through over decades. Every mark tells a story, whether of bustling markets, pocket change from forgotten times, or family memories passed down through generations. This emotional connection, combined with its rarity and rising market value, transforms the 1980 120-cent coin from everyday currency into a cherished global collectible. Looking toward the future, the legacy of the 1980 120-cent coin will only grow stronger, especially as modern society moves away from physical cash and into a world of digital transactions. Coins like this become more than metallic discs. They become symbols of national history, craftsmanship, and cultural evolution. Their copper-based durability ensures they can survive for centuries, while their historical and artistic relevance makes them worthy of preservation. As fewer high-grade or certified examples remain available, their value and prestige will increase. Whether kept in a collector's vault, passed down as a family heirloom, or showcased in a museum, the 1981 Australian 20-cent coin holds the power to endure far beyond its monetary worth, standing as